Have you ever had a moment where life suddenly felt unreal, as if everything around you turned into a silent movie and you were no longer a part of it? Maybe you were sitting in your room, or walking outside, or talking to someone, and for a second you felt a strange distance inside you. The world looked the same, but it didn't feel the same. The colors felt weak, the excitement you once felt was gone, and the things that used to make you happy didn't touch you anymore. You looked at your life and wondered, why does everything feel so empty? If you're going through this right now, I want you to know something important. You're not broken. You're not losing your mind. You're not alone. What you're feeling is one of the most hidden and misunderstood signs of spiritual awakening. And even though it feels scary and confusing, this emptiness is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something much deeper. Most people imagine spiritual awakening as a peaceful and magical experience where everything becomes clear and beautiful. But the truth is, awakening rarely starts with joy. It usually starts with collapse. It feels like the world you once built inside your mind suddenly breaks apart. Everything you believed about yourself, about life, about what you wanted, begins to fall away. And when those old beliefs disappear, you are left standing in a quiet, unfamiliar space. That space feels like emptiness. It feels like silence. And it can feel very uncomfortable because you're not used to it. Before awakening, your mind kept you busy with goals, dreams, fears, worries, relationships, and desires. You lived inside a world created by your thoughts. You chased money, love, success, attention, and approval because you believed they would make you complete. And as long as you were busy chasing, your mind stayed distracted. But awakening flips everything upside down. Suddenly you see that most of the things you were chasing were illusions. You realize you were living through the expectations of society, your family, and your own fears. You see how much of your identity was built on things that were never real in the first place. When this illusion collapses, the motivations that used to drive you disappear too. The things you once wanted no longer feel meaningful. The things that gave you excitement now feel empty. Without the noise of old desires, what's left inside you is silence. And that silence makes you feel lost because your mind has never lived without distractions. This is when people begin to panic. They think, why don't I feel happy anymore? Why don't I enjoy anything? Am I depressed? But what's really happening is a deep inner cleansing. Your soul is detoxing from years of fake meaning. You are running on artificial excitement, on constant stimulation, on dopamine, on validation from other people. Now all that noise is fading away, and your system is adjusting to a new way of being. It's like you unplugged from a world that kept you asleep for so long. But when you unplug from the old world, the silence feels scary at first. What makes this stage even harder is that people around you don't understand what's happening. They see you becoming quieter, less interested in things, less excited, and they think something is wrong with you. They might say, you're not like before. You used to care about your goals. You used to be full of energy. But they don't know that you've changed in ways they can't see. They don't know that you're not interested in playing the same games anymore. They don't know that you're searching for something real. You're no longer chasing approval or trying to fit into a world that doesn't feel honest to you. And because they don't understand your inner journey, you start to feel even more alone. But this emptiness you feel is not loneliness. It's not depression. It's space. It's like the ground has been cleared, and now there is room inside you for something new. It's a kind of silence that is sacred because, for the first time in your life, the noise inside you has paused. Before awakening, your mind was so busy that your true self had no space to speak. Now that the noise is gone, the silence feels heavy, but it's also important. This is the space where your soul begins to breathe again. This stillness is the doorway to the deeper peace that was always hidden beneath your thoughts. In the beginning, the emptiness feels like a cold winter. Nothing seems to be happening. You wait for inspiration to return, for joy to come back, but nothing comes. You just sit in silence, wondering what you're supposed to do. But just like winter prepares the earth for spring, this quiet stage is preparing you for something new. Even if you can't see it on the surface, something deep inside you is changing. Old emotional patterns are breaking. Old identities are fading. Old wounds are surfacing so they can finally heal. Your energy is becoming lighter, cleaner, and more true. You may find yourself unable to handle loud places, fake conversations, or people who drain your energy. You may feel drawn to nature, silence, soft music, or peaceful moments. That's your soul guiding you toward what it really needs. Slowly, something begins to shift. The silence that once felt scary starts to feel comforting. The emptiness begins to glow gently. The stillness becomes your teacher. You start to feel connected again, not to the world outside, but to the presence inside you. You begin to realize that this emptiness was never empty. It was full of awareness, full of peace, full of your true self waiting to be seen. You start to understand that the feelings you had before awakening came from reactions to the world, to people, to your own thoughts. But now, those reactions have slowed down. You're no longer controlled by your mind. You're beginning to feel what is real, not what your mind created. And here's the truth I promised you. The emptiness you feel is not a sign that something is missing. It's a sign that something false has been removed. You're not losing anything real. You're losing what was never real in the first place. The roles, the expectations, the masks, the illusions, they are falling away. And what's left is space. Pure, open space where your true life can finally grow. This emptiness is meant to be felt. It's meant to be lived. It's meant to guide you back to yourself. It's not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of the life you were always meant to live. So don't run from this feeling. Don't try to fill it with old habits or distractions. Sit with it. Breathe into it. Let it soften you. Let it open you. Because this emptiness is where you finally meet yourself. Not the version shaped by the world, but the version that was always whole, always complete, always free. And that feeling, that quiet presence inside you, is not emptiness at all. It is freedom.